Gabe, as you look back on this season, I remember speaking to you, all of us speaking to you at training camp, and you wanted to get those 82 games in the worst way, and that didn't happen. But with what did occur in the playoffs, do you feel pretty satisfied coming out of this season, personally?
Um, I don't know if I could say satisfied. It's definitely kind of reflecting over the past few days. Definitely tough to look back at that Dallas series. In terms of my regular season, yeah, I am happy I got whatever 70 games there, and yeah, that's kind of how I look at it right now.
Let me ask you this way then. Do you feel you made progress in becoming the National Hockey League player you want to be?
Yes, I think I've made progress. I don't know. I think the big thing we talked about was just being healthy. The reality is you can't avoid every injury. I mean, I got hit and I got injured. That's the reality. Guys, get hurt every game. That's just part of the the job we have.
What did you learn about trying to come off of that long injury and into the middle of a playoff series that you could use in going forward?
Uh, Going forward, I don't know if there's anything I can use. I think coming into that St. Louis series, I knew coming in it was going to be tough. Guys are trying to kill each other for 4 games prior, and St. Louis played obviously a really physical brand of play. So I knew coming in it's not the most ideal situation, but at the same time, it's you're doing everything you can every day is crucial at that point. So I'm trying to come back as soon as I can, but at the same time, obviously not um, weighing the risk reward, I guess, kind of thing.
How well do you think this team is built then for that kind of playoff hockey down the road too?
Like you're saying the St. Louis or just
For
playoff hockey?
playoff hockey in general. Yeah.
I mean, I think we're built. I think this is it's a tough year this year. I know for me personally, like this is the first year in my career. I know last year we had a really good team, but I think this year is the first year where we lost, and the past few days have been really hard. Just looking back, I thought we had as good a chance as anybody to win the cup, and it definitely does kind of feel like a letdown.
Can you maybe put into words the difference in how it feels now versus last year when it comes to having had that belief that, hey, this could be it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that we didn't have the belief last year. I just think last year we just we got steamrolled by Colorado, and it wasn't really as tight. I think this year, every game I'm not sure what the eye test says. I'm not sure what the analytics say that you guys obviously see. But being out there, I felt like, different bounces, and we could be playing tonight. That's my personal view. I don't know what other guys have said, but every game you look at in that series, I think game one, we obviously have the bad first period, but then I think we go from there, and we kind of had that game, and we just didn't score. Game two, we obviously win. Game three, there's tight game that can go either way. They get that call, and then game four, I thought we were the better team. We just didn't win. And looking at those first 4 games, we could be up 3-1 instead of being down 3-1. So it's those are things I've been thinking about the past few days at least. So it's kind of weird, but at the end of the day, we lost. So yeah.
That's a bit of a crash course in just the value of a moment or a bounce or
Absolutely, yeah. Especially for me, I feel like I didn't bury my chances when I had them, and I think that was kind of the story of this round against Dallas was we just didn't capitalize on the chances, because you look at each game, there's moments within the game that if you score on this play, it changes the narrative and the rest of the game. And I just think, again, me personally, I had a lot of those chances, and then looking back on them, it's like, damn, like if I scored there, are we in a different spot or whatever? So I think, yeah, that's kind of big moments.
How much time have you spent thinking about your contract situation and kind of what the future looks like with regards to that?
I haven't spent any time thinking about it, honestly. I'm just kind of was playing, and then I think the last few days, like I said, I've been kind of trying to enjoy hanging out with my teammates and enjoy being here for the last till I leave, and contract will happen whenever it happens in the summer.
How are you hoping the next couple of months play out that way?
I'm hoping that it goes smoothly, but I'm not. It's not really my thing. That's what my agent's for, and they'll get it done. I'm not too worried about that.
You got a preference for long term, short term? You got a preference for that, or?
No, again, I haven't really thought about it. So I think for me to tell you anything, I'd be lying. So I'm not going to tell you anything.
What about the nature of the injury, Gabe? And was it from the tuck, like slew foot, or from the hit?
It was from a hit. It was on that same shift, and then it was from a hit on the side there. I think that big kid, I think he's an American kid on Buffalo there. I don't know his name right now, but then the slew foot in front, that definitely didn't feel so good, and that's kind of where I knew something was goofed. And the timeline, I'm not really going to get into that. I think I was good enough to play. I came back when I felt I was able to play, and obviously, like I said earlier, I knew the risk reward, but it was good enough to play, I think.
I just meant shoulder or back, basically.
No, what do you mean? You're asking me if it was my shoulder or my back?
Or your back, that's what he's asking, I think.
No, it wasn't my back.
Just shoulder.
You don't have to say.
Gabe, where there is no gray area is you played on what was arguably the best line in the National Hockey League. And as you've mentioned, you haven't given a lot of thought about your future, but is that something you can look forward to next year and perhaps the years beyond? Because you guys were a terrific trio.
Yeah, I think we had our stints within the season where we were really, really good. I think, talking about our line, you got to remember Scheif and Casey have been playing together for, 7, 8 years now. They've been, hand in hand. They're so intertwined out there. They make so many good plays. And I think my role, or kind of how people view me, has always been like I'm the forechecker guy. I'm the guy in tight around the net that makes plays. So in terms of your question, thing about the future, I want to keep playing with them. I want to be here. And it doesn't matter who I play with. So, like I said, I think we had some good times this year. I think we had a few rough stretches. But in terms of those two guys, they're world class.
Just one more for me, Gabe. What does the summer look like for you? California, Ontario, a little both, or?
A little bit of both, yeah. My girlfriend's from California, so I gotta go do my time there and hang out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just joking around. She won't see this, so I'm good. But I'm excited to hang out with her parents. So they're really the real reason I go there, because they're cool to hang out with. So I'm excited for that. And then I'll go to Kingston afterward and hang out with my friends and family. But summer's always great. I'm super excited to go to both places.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabe.